It didn't take Ayano long to find where Ren was. The Kanagi family would get a call from Detective Kirika, and shortly after, Ayano would arrive to the beach. It had been closed off because of natural disaster reasons, but that was only to hide the truth. The beach looked like it had been turned into a war zone, as if it had been the landing fall of D-Day. There were craters, burn marks, everything. And in the center of it all was a battered and beaten Ren. He was immediately rushed to the Kanagi compound where the family doctors would look him over, healing his body from the extensive fight he had been in. As the details were coming together, Ayano would meet with her father, Jugo, as she learned the truth. It seems like Ren engaged with the Suwabuki, and among them, their chief warrior and assassin. Assassin? Ayano would ask. His name is Dominic Suwabuki, although his real title is the Avalanche. The Avalanche? I'm sorry, Father, but is that name really supposed to strike fear? In our world, it does. He's one of the strongest of the Suwabukis. He's their chief assassin. Whenever they have work that needs to be done, more often than not, he's the one that's sent out to do it. The fact that Ren is even still breathing is a miracle. What it looked like on the beach, though, I feel like Ren gave him a fight for his life. No doubt about it, he used that transformation. Transformation? It's a part of his power. It's something that manifested with him. Something that's akin to the sun itself. It's dangerous, even for someone of his magnitude. So much so that we advise him not to use it, at least until he's gotten a better mastery over it. And he quite frankly hasn't. But that's not the reason why you called me here, was it? No. I called you here because we need not engage with the Suwabuki. Trust me. I know that. I get it. It's for the sake of duty and upholding tradition. If we were to engage with them, it would only cause our clans more trouble. And on top of that, we can't really interfere if what they're doing is for the good of the world, now is it? I don't like it, though. Neither do I. They even called not too long ago, acting concerned for Ren's safety. Even though it was less than 24 hours, they were attempting to take the boy's life. Please check on him. Keep him safe. Ayano would go to where Ren was staying. His resiliency was something to be admired since he was out of bed. His body was bandaged as he put his clothes on, as Ayano would knock before entering into the room. Ren had his back turned to Ayano. He was continuing to dress himself. Even while acknowledging her presence, his mind was elsewhere. Ren? I heard about your friend. Are you okay? I'm going to be fine, Ayano. Don't worry about me. You look like you're getting ready to go somewhere. Of course. I have to find Ayumi. Ren, you know you can't do that. It doesn't really matter now, does it? Are you really that determined to see her? Ayano would ask. That you would go against the rule of the family? You could be ostracized. The next thing you know, you'll be stripped of your family name and you'll end up just like Kazuma and... So what? I actually look up to my brother. I know it wasn't easy for him. I don't like the way the family's treated him, but it's not like I could do anything about it. But with all of that, he still lives a fulfilling life. I can't say I agree with everything Kazuma does. Sometimes I wish I could understand him. Understand what goes on in his mind that makes him think the way he does. But at the same time, deep down, I know that my brother, even if he's an ice magic user, his heart still burns like fire. He does what's right, even if he doesn't always admit it. I have no reason not to do the same. I don't care what anyone says. Ayumi is real. She is a person, not a thing, an object to be sacrificed. And I'm going to put an end to it. An end to what? To all of this. The sacrificing, the tradition, the ceremony. It all ends tonight. Ren, Ayano said concerned. You're kind of talking a little crazy here. I mean, what exactly do you plan on doing? You're gonna go kill Fing Fang Foom? That's exactly what I'm gonna do. You can't be serious, Ren! Why not? Why not? Oh, I don't know. Because if you think that if it were that easy to do it, it would have already been done by now. Think about it, Ren. If killing the beast was so easy, then how come no one else has even tried? That's my point. No one's even tried. I heard the tale, and the tradition doesn't even make sense. They were fighting against the beast, and instead of killing it, they just sealed it off. And even then, it's not like the seal's all that powerful if in the end of the day it has to be retightened every 30 years. No. I'm ending this. But what if you're wrong? I won't be. What if you fail? I won't. But what if you do? I can't. I don't have a choice. It's either I defeat the beast, I save Ayami, or I don't. That's it. There's no second chance, there's no do-over, there's no tomorrow. I have to do this. I don't care if it costs me my family title. I don't care if I'm stripped of everything that people think it makes me what I am. No. I'm not going to be defined by stupid clan law or rule. A girl's life is at stake. And I, for one, am tired of sacrifices. You sound greedy. Maybe I am. Maybe I am greedy. But why shouldn't I be? Everyone else in the world is. In our world, people decide what's right and wrong. One day, we'll be in those positions. One day soon, a next generation will look to us for the answers. And I can't in good conscience continue a tradition that would sacrifice an innocent life. You really are determined, aren't you? Well, if that's how you feel, then you're not doing it alone. What? You can't come with me. Why not? In case you've forgotten, I'm the one that's inherited in Raiha. That means I'm going to be the future head of the family. I have to make the proper presentation, you know. Presentation? Look, they need to know that they can't just bully the Kanagi family under any circumstance. They're looking at a future family leader here. You know, you're really setting a bad precedent, Ayano. Oh, shut up, you troublemaker. Like brother, like little brother. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, huh? I don't. Then it's settled. We're gonna go save your girlfriend. She's not my girlfriend. Yeah. Come on, let's go. And with that, both Ren and Ayano would leave, sneaking away to the base of Mount Fuji, where the compound of the Suwabukis lie. The full moon shined over the mountainous region. Tonight was the night of the ritual. Things had been delayed some, but now it was all coming together. Of course, Ayano didn't make things easy. Using in Raiha, she blasted through the front gate and took out every guard that came their way. Of course, Ren would have preferred if they were a bit more tactical, but The cat was out of the bag now, so to speak, and off in the distance, Kazuma, along with Tiana the pixie, were watching the fiery fracas that was taking place down below. And what the hell are they doing here? Oh no, this can't be good. What about the treasure, Kazuma? Yeah, don't worry, we'll get the treasure. But it looks like we're gonna have to take care of another situation. As Ren and Ayano continued their way through the compound base, on the outside, a sandstorm would form around them, a booming voice warning them to leave. It was then that the man that Ren had saw, that was a part of that group that took away Ayami, had arrived. The man in the suit, Yuji Suwabuki. His body would form from the sand that swirled around them, as he now had a full control over his newfound powers that were given to him by Lady Koreha. Remember why you're doing this. Remember why you're doing this. Those words replayed in Yuji's mind over and over again. He was doing this for Lady Mayumi. This was all to keep her safe. He made her a promise. His body would then transform into that of a Sandman, similar to Kazuma when he transformed into an Iceman. He couldn't have done that before, although Kazuma had never seen what he was capable of. Yuji would warn both Ren and Ayano to turn back and leave, that if they valued their own lives, they would leave the matter of the Suwabukis to them. Of course, Ren had no intentions on turning away, as he would create a barrier of fire blocking against the sand attacks that drilled into it. The ground would rumble underneath as tendrils of sand would emerge, attempting to crush both Ayano and Ren. They would protect themselves from the fire, and soon enough, Kazuma would jump in as well, blocking with a wall of ice as he started shooting ice shrapnel towards Yuji, only for it to be caught by a wall of sand, and the two would trade back strikes of ice and sand respectively. So even the ice magic user has shown himself, Yuji would say. Yeah, we're all types of stubborn. Kazuma? Ayano and Ren said in unison. What are you doing here, and what's with the pixie? I got a job, but what are you doing here? It's a long story, but we're here to save Ren's girlfriend. She's not my girlfriend. Yeah, Casanova. So, your girlfriend's the sacrifice, huh? Kazuma would say. You know about the sacrifice? I do, and I don't agree with it one bit. So I'm more than happy to ruin their plans. That's all you want to do, Yuji would say, as violent sand tendrils would swirl around him. He transformed his hand into giant fists as they went charging towards the group. He would morph and contort his body, grinding more and more of the earth underneath them, creating more sand to control. He's a lot like you, Ren would say. Only, yeah, I get it. He's sand and not ice. Never even knew the Suwabukis were capable of doing something like this. They've got some powerful fighters in their midst. Please, Ren said. I know you don't want to do this. There has to be another way to... There isn't. There can never be another way. Lady Mayumi's life is at risk. I made a promise to her, and I'm going to keep it, no matter what. Even if it costs me my life. It is a sacrifice I am willing to pay, and will you stop with the sacrifice talk? Damn it! Ren? Ayano said. Sacrifice this, sacrifice that. If you really care, if you really love someone, then you find another way. Self-sacrifice, it means nothing when you're gone. What happens then to the ones that get sacrificed? Do you even mourn them? Do you even care when they're gone? You go on and on about this ceremony. You go on with the pageantry. You make a big spectacle out of killing your own family. And then what? You live on with life. You forget about those who you lost along the way. Until the time rolls around again and another sacrifice has to be made over and over. For over 300 years, how many people have you fed to that thing? Mothers, fathers, children, brothers and sisters. How many of them have to die? As many as it takes, Yuji said, as he launched another attack at them, this time soloing Ren, as he surrounded him with sand, catching him and holding him in place. He was prepared to crush him. You're just an impotent child. What would you know about sacrifice? You go around living in complete bliss, ignorance of what we've had to do. You don't know our pain, the depths, the sorrow. You think we forget about those who gave their life for us? How dare you insult the Suwabuki family? Those deaths, from the first to the very last, they haunt us. But what we do, we're given no credit. No one honors the sacrifice that we make. But no, you damned Kanagis, you look down on us. But what would I expect? Fire magic users, you think so highly of yourself. You find yourself sitting on a golden throne and you cast down your judgments upon others. You talk about sacrifice, but you don't know the meaning of the word. Tell me, would you give your life? Would you give up your future? Would you give up everything you could ever hope to be? And all of that for someone you've only known for less than 24 hours. Tell me, she's not your family. She's not someone that you've known since your early youth. She is someone that you happen to meet by chance. What if you had walked a different direction? What if you had gone a different way? You never would have even known her. So tell me, answer me this. How can you talk about sacrifice? How can you risk your life for someone so insignificant? That's not the point, Ren said, as his fire began to envelop the sand that was around him, causing it to solidify and break off as he burnt it away. Tell me something. How long does a bond have to be made before it's valid? 1 day, 1 month, 1 year? No matter how you look at it, there will always be someone with an even greater bond. So tell me, when am I allowed to care? Who gets to decide that? You? No. I don't need a lifetime with her. All I needed was 1 day. 1 day told me everything. In 1 day, she's experienced so much. I've seen her laugh. I've seen her smile. The joy that comes across her face whenever she tries something new. The joy of just experiencing the little things, the things that we all take for granted. When I see something like that, how can I not? How can I not care? How can I not try? If I can't save her now, if I don't give it my all, if I'm not willing to make the sacrifice, then that tells her that everything we went through, it meant nothing. And I can't live like that. You want to protect Mayumi. I want to protect Ayami. We both want the same thing. So why? Why not work together and shut up? I don't want to hear this. Not from you. Especially you. No matter what you say, it changes nothing. The ritual will commence. Ayumi will die, and Lady Mayumi will live. The only way you are going to see her again is if you kill me. And tell me, do you have the heart for that? If that's really what you want, fine then. Ren would hold up both of his hands as he shot out a blast of fire. Usually would create a sand barrier attempting to hold off the flames, but slowly they would begin to eat away at him. Both Ayano and Kazuma would watch from a distance, as soon all of Yuji's body was enveloped by the flames of righteousness. For Ayano, she was scared for a moment. She knew that Ren was serious, but was he that serious? Was he prepared to take a life? If he did, then they knew that there was no turning back. War between the Suabukis and the Kanagis? Oh no, it would be on at that point, and Ren would have been the one that pulled the first shot. One's life was lost. There was no taking it back. But Kazuma had a different idea, because as the sand would begin to burn away and crumble, all that was left was Yuji. What the? I thought he turned him into barbecue. How is he? He used the purifying flames. He burnt away at the excess, but he was able to save his life. In the end, he got to have his cake and eat it too. But how? How did he do that? And when could he do that? That's a good question. Hey, little bro. Huh? When did you actually learn to do that? I could feel it. There were two conflicting spirits inside of him. A pure one and a negative one. I just thought that if I could burn away the negative, I hoped it would leave something left. So he wasn't able to win, even after the power I gave him. They turned to see a woman floating in the sky. Kazuma recognized her instantly. Well, Kureha Suabuki. Kazuma Yagami, we finally meet. Another fighter would arrive, a man clad in armor. He jumped down from high on top of the compound, landing just 20 feet from Ren. Even wearing his helmet, Ren could see the burnt scars underneath. You survived after all, Avalanche said. You. I told you, kid, I really wasn't trying to kill you. You forced my hand, though. I almost thought that I'd have to go all out. I thought that that would be a sign that you would have accepted your defeat and that you would have just stayed out of this. So, you're the one that tried to kill my baby brother, huh? Kazuma said. You know, I can't forgive you for that. The ice magic user. I've heard about you, and I always wondered if our paths would ever cross. Well, no need to wonder. You got your wish, and you might not be glad that you did. Hey, Ren. Huh? We'll take care of this. You get in there and save that girl, alright? Huh? Wait, what? With a great gust of cold blast, Ren would be shot up into the air, sent flying into the compound as Kazuma had used his sensory ability to find where Ayumi was being held. Hold on, did you just pick him up with wind magic? But you're an ice magic user. I am. But ice has the ability of shooting out cold winds. It's not actually the wind I'm controlling. I'm using the icy cold wind in order to manipulate it to my ability and just, yeah, all that sounds really complicated. So what did you do with Ren exactly? I used my sensory abilities to find where the girl was. She's somewhere on the ground and I sent Ren directly to her. You know what he's trying to do, right? Yeah, he's gonna fight the beast. Fing fang foom. And you say that so casually. Why? I've got faith in the boy. I know he can win. And if worse comes to worse, I'll make sure that you all have a nice funeral. What was that? Oh, don't just stop at them, Kureha would say. There won't be 2 caskets, there'll be 3. You'll be right alongside them. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm gonna leave the flying witch to you. And I'll take care of this loser. I fought against your brother. I must say, his fire magic was very impressive. I can tell. You're still wearing the scars proudly. I have to say, he left considerable damage on me. I promise you, he will not be forgotten. But now, I wonder what you can do. You're about to find out. Meanwhile, underground, Ren would find where Ayumi was, along with 2 guards that were watching over her. Although, Ren wasted no time in dealing with them, and soon enough they quickly ran away. Ren, I knew you would come for me. I wanted to see you one final time, and this won't be the last time, Ren said with a smile. It was just then that Ren felt something on him. He looked into his pocket, feeling it. It was cold. It was a stone, something akin to that, but it was made out of ice. And there was a tiny light floating around him. Whoa, an ice spirit? Ren. That's me. That is a gift from your brother. Use it wisely. A gift? But what am I supposed to do with it? The ground would begin to rumble as Ayumi would grab hold of Ren. She knew what was coming. After all, she was the master of ceremony. Ren, please, you need to go. I have to do this. I just have to. No, I'm not going to let you. Ren, please. Even if the ceremony doesn't happen, I don't have long for this world. Ceremony, no ceremony, it's going to be the end for me. I can do this. I can make this sacrifice. I don't care what happens to me. As long as you're okay. I'll gladly give my life to know that you'll exist in this world. I just have to. We'll find another way. Your life doesn't have to end. And if it does, you deserve to decide how it ends. On your terms, not like this. No. I'm not going to let you go. Please. Have faith in me. That's all I want from you. Just have faith in me one time. And I promise, I won't fail you. Ayumi was worried. There were so many things that were uncertain in this moment. So many things that could happen. but she felt the warmth in Ren's hands. A warmth that exuded through her whole body. She felt like the sun was hugging her, holding her tight. And this warmth gave her comfort. It gave her hope. I'll always have faith in you. And I'll put my trust in you. Please, save me. Right. Ren turned to the giant crystal. The beast lied dormant. All right then. You've terrorized this world long enough. You're tired of sleeping? Well, I'll allow you to wake up. But don't get the wrong idea. Your awakening is going to be very short. Because I'm going to put you down. I will put you to sleep. And you're not waking up again. You hear me, beast? Do your worst. I'm ready. Mount Fuji would begin to rumble. The challenge had been thrown, and the beast was ready to answer. This concludes Kaze no Stigma, Stigma of Winter. What if Kazuma was Iceman? Season 1, Part 6. As always, if you enjoyed today's video and everything else that we have to offer, then please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that bell for post notifications so you can stay up to date on everything that is PowerCore Productions and Podcastings that's to come out now and in the future. Stay tuned tomorrow as we continue and conclude Kaze no Stigma, Stigma of Winter. What if Kazuma was Iceman? Season 1, Part 7, the Season 1 finale. But anyway, that's going to do it for the end of today's video. I'm Javon Harrington with PowerCore Productions and Podcastings, signing off, and I'll see you next time.